I am lucky enough to be sat here with KIOKO, reggae rock stars, multicultural musicians.
Somebody gonna make you feel so right. When you wake up and I'm kissing you in the night.
They've just performed here at Hockley Social Club in Birmingham. KIOKO is a local Birmingham band, but they've graced the stage of Glastonbury and beyond.
You must know the words by now.
I got these deadly roots. You don't know where I'm from. I got these deadly roots. You don't know. You don't know.
I'd love to do a round room of who you are and what role you play in the band.
So I'm Lazati. I do a couple of vocals and I do trumpet.
Okay, great.
I'm Iiiii drumming. Yeah, I'm the drummer in the band. Yeah, I joined the band in 2017.
I'm Spider J and I drink whiskey, talk shit, play dominoes, I produce records. That's what I do.
I want your role.
I'm Josh. I play trombone and do some vocals of some sorts and random stuff and try and fill in the gaps.
Fantastic vocals at that.
We are missing Ben, who plays bass, and he writes songs as well as all of us do. And John, who's our lead singer, plays lead guitar and rhythm guitar, and is a songwriter, and is mixing and producing as well.
Jonas is our percussionist, also vocalist, also a brass player. He does a lot of things for the band, but he is not here at the moment. But yes.
Okay, so we've got 7 people in KIOKO.
Yeah.
And more?
8. Yeah, eight of us.
There's one more person. Ja Rastafari.
Never living, never sure.
Watching your performance, one thing that stood out to me was there's a bit of a higher purpose in your music. There's a bit of a higher message. I mean, I've always been told not to talk about politics, but that had a little dabble in tonight's performance. What's the meaning of all of that, and what's the purpose behind your music?
As you said before, we're multicultural, so, you know, we all have different experiences. We've all got different experiences in society, especially when it comes to like politics and stuff. We can see the way the government across the world, the globe, how they treat different people. And we've seen it ourselves in Birmingham, up and down this country. So, you know, not many people are brave enough to speak out about it, but we will say what's on our mind. You know.
Okay, so you want to be the voice of what people are really thinking and feeling?
Yeah, especially for people that are like us and have the same experience. We will say what we all talk about behind closed doors, but never want to say it in public.
Okay. Now, take me back to the beginning. When did you guys get together, and how did you get together?
The nucleus of the band was a very long time ago, and it wasn't KIOKO, and it was something else, and we played lots of different kind of music, and people have come and gone, and
Okay.
you know, and we've just ended up. KIOKO has been the thing that's stuck for a while. We're probably I think we're in our 10th year now of KIOKO. And
KIOKO was properly formed in 2014.
yeah.
And what does KIOKO mean?
Because there's so many different members of the band, we came together and we all saw ourselves as a family.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, what's a name that can connect us all as a family, as a unit? And we started thinking about different names, and we saw KIOKO. We knew that there's a KIOKO tribe, and we thought, well, you know what, KIOKO is a name that we all liked. We all could connect with that, and we thought, you know what, we'll call ourselves KIOKO. That was it. So we're like a tribe. We've known each other for years. We get along together as family, as brothers. So it made sense to go with that.
Right. Do you have a standout performance or gig or concert or event that is really a highlight as a group?
Well, for me, it was at the Royal Albert Hall, opening up for UB40, and being asked to go on that tour. Was that 2018? 2018, yeah. But that's just from me because I joined the band in 2017, but I've never played at the Albert Hall, and I've played at many venues before that, but that was a real honour.
That's when the band became a band, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you have the sound.
Yeah.
So if the sound is not there, then it's not a band. It's a group of musicians. It was a group, and now it's a band.
It was a real honour to do that gig, yeah. And that tour, to be honest.
Right. Great chemistry, obviously, on stage. Has that always been the way? Did you guys just naturally click, or is that why you became a group?
We love one another. We actually do like one another. Yeah. You know, I once played with a guy called Lee Scratch Perry, right? I played with him for 15 years. He knows all of us knew him, you know, so he was a very, very nice guy to this band. And he once said to me, try not to play with musicians that you don't like. So I took that.
Why do you think that was?
Because it becomes a pain in the ass. You have to hang out at airports, hotel foyers, visa places with people you don't like. You're filling in documents to go in a country, and then you're looking around and you're thinking, where are my people?
Yeah.
But you see, when I look around at everybody here, I know who my people are.
Yeah.
They say, show me your company and I'll show you who you are.
Yeah, that's true.
True. Oh, yeah.
People that you want to drink whiskey with.
Well, drinking whiskey is a laugh, but I'm talking about people you want to play dominoes with, people you want to break bread with, people who you actually care about. Because if I go through customs and these guys are not there, I'll look around. But certain bands I've been in, I'm not ashamed to say it, I go through customs by myself and I make sure I get through. You know why? Because the promoter in the place was more my friend than the band. So I care about the promoter. That's a technicality, but you can see where I'm coming from, can't you? I care more about the promoter and the people in the country than I cared about the band. Certain bands, with KIOKO, I care about the band. I ain't going nowhere if they don't come through. Big difference.
There's a definite fellowship
Check it out.
with us on stage. You know what I mean? We connect
That's the truth.
as human beings, and we're all on the same frequency. Good or bad gig, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter, but we come together on stage, making that music for the people, and we hope that translates to the audience. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing worse than being on stage with musicians who you don't get on with, or you know there's some bad energy in the band, you know what I mean? Especially with reggae music. Reggae music is a spiritual music, man. You know what I mean? It has a message, you know what I mean? And that's what's lacking in reggae music these days, yeah. And I think it's something that intrinsically that we've taken on, yeah, as a young band to keep that fire burning, as it were, you know what I mean? We have to keep the fire burning for reggae music because sorry about the patois. Yeah,
No.
we
Yes, brethren.
right now there's a what Bob Marley says, spiritual warfare, yeah, in a reggae music. You know what I mean? For spreading from Jamaica and all around the world. You know what I mean? The reggae music has lost its trajectory.
Right.
Yeah, and we are the kind of band that we're saying to the masses that listen. You know what I mean? Regardless of whether you love dancehall or whatever, the reggae music was put on this planet to spread love, peace, understanding. You know what I mean? And to most of all, to bring people together. You know what I mean? And I think that's why, honestly, I think that's why radio stations fear, reggae music, because of the message. Yeah, the masses don't want us to come together. You know what I mean? The politics don't want us to come together. And right now, that's what the world needs. You know what I mean? It needs us to come together. And reggae music does that. Yeah? So that's why they censor reggae music. Yeah? You know what I mean? That's why the people are bawling out for reggae music. But the people at the top are suppressing reggae music. Yeah? And we as KIOKO, we are saying, listen, you're not going to do that to Iiiii. Yeah? We are going to talk the talk. Yeah, we're gonna burn the fire and keep the fire blazing. You know what I mean?
Lead by example, innit?
All right.
Lead by example.
Sorry about the soliloquy, but
No, I like this. It's a timely conversation. It's actually something I've been discussing downstairs. I guess the implications of social media and media in general and controlling of society and all of that. How do you feel reggae as a genre, I guess, has been influenced by the rise of social media, funneling of where people's attention goes and what the subject matter is?
Right.
How do you
and
come
the
up?
distractions that
Yes.
they use.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yes, sister, I feel you. You know what I mean? But like I was saying, you know, as a band, KIOKO, we really want that message because we've been through a few trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? We were on a trajectory of like a pop kind of reggae vibe. Yeah, where we had Matt, who was a great lead singer, but he moved off to go with UB40, and that's put us on another trajectory with the nucleus of the band that we've got now, yeah. And what I found through, you know, sometimes as an outsider looking in, is that people are feeling this vibe, this kind of like a rootsy kind of vibe that we've cultivated as a band, you know what I mean? And tonight was a testimony to that, you know what I mean? People responding to that kind of earthy, kind of rootsy kind of vibe, you know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna try and keep going.
In terms of that, like raw, authentic, earthy vibes, do you think it's best enjoyed offline then, or do you think it's got its place online?
You need to answer that.
Well,
qualified to answer that.
It's both, you know. I think, you know what, for that, people need to come and see it live. They need to hear it live, because you can see things online and something else will distract you. You need to see it firsthand in front of you, and you will get that message, you will get that music. You're looking at things on your phone, something else in the room will distract you, something else will pop up on your phone, and you look at that and you ain't focusing on what you need to focus on. You come to the shows and you get to focus. You can't get away from it, because the sound's there, the vibration's there, you can feel it, you can see it, you can hear it, you know.
A load of musicians are people who care about people. It's quite simple. I mean, people don't realize that, you know, I mean, if we go back, right? You know, Glastonbury, one of our favorite, everybody talks about Glastonbury. 13 to 25% of original Glastonbury performers were reggae in the days of Dennis Brown, Aswad and all. You know why? Because, you know, people like the Iiiii and all the people who, you know, at the time invested in live music saw the potential of reggae. But you got to realize it was upful reggae. It wasn't just pound and dollar sign reggae. The problem with people nowadays is it's not their fault. In a quest to make a living, people make music to try to make money to better themselves. Everybody does it, yeah? Like in life, it's like a job. But we don't have them kind of vibes there. Right now, we play music for spirituality and to try and enhance what reggae music originally stands for.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna do no slackness or tell people to go and kill one another or tell who to hate who. You know, you don't hear Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Marsha Griffiths or them, or telling people who to hate, who not to hate. You get my point? Who, if you know, or what to do in your bedroom. You know what I mean? It's like the nearest we go to that is I don't wanna wait in vain for your love and them kind of thing. You don't have to. You know, you could be deep. You can talk about politics. You can talk about spirituality. You can talk about everything, but you don't have to be offensive. And the thing is, people look for a dartboard to throw darts at, yeah? And meanwhile, the whole pop music thing is going to the stratosphere. You see what I mean? I don't blame them. They're making a living, and meanwhile people are suffering. So the whole thing is kind of like one big mixing pot. You know what I mean? That is not right. Before reggae music had its place, was the more kind of the ground nation, like with African music and Asian music and all kind of, you know, authentic music. It had its place. But now people borrow from things, and then when they borrow too much, you know, they can't pay back. So right now it end up in the mainstream, and people are thinking that, you know, the whole thing, the mix up with money, America, you got to realize, you know, the UK had the first generation of expats that played reggae music from Jamaica and the Caribbean in this country. Other places had second and third and fourth generation. It's like photocopy and a photocopy. Yeah. So they don't, you know, people over here invested into the unification of reggae music, even on a ska level, even on a blue beat level, on a rock steady level. You see what that people don't understand. So you got old people over here who invested in this music, right, and love it to the bone, right, and they don't look like me and you. They don't have to look a certain way, but they invest in that music, and that's real love. You know, people didn't have no division. They all came together, bar racism, bar all kind of ism and schism, in one place, and unification, as Ian was saying earlier. A lot of unification, but nowadays people just looking for excuses. You know, the whole world is like, it's not just music. Music is the best thing. It unites people. Everybody's looking for a reason to have a massive punch-up, to have a massive war. And meanwhile, as with William the Conqueror and them blood clot boy there, right? They don't go at the forefront of their war. They're always in the back room and telling people to go and fight their war for them. Meanwhile, they're in a bunker protected by 1,000,000 miles of steel and under bunkers and all them kind of thing. And meanwhile, we're fighting against one another. But you see, us, we don't fight against nobody. We love everybody until people hate us. When people hate us, then we mash them down.
Spiritual weakness in high and low places.
Yeah, that's why we give thanks and praise. Yeah, you get my point. Simple as that. We don't fight because people are just finding excuses to take pot shots at reggae. But you know the good thing about roots reggae, as opposed to the ragamuffin and all that. I'm not downrating them because we love them thing there. But roots reggae never spoil, and the message is always love, and it's heartical, and it doesn't oust nobody. It incorporates everybody. So that's one thing. If people want to know about reggae, check roots reggae and let the messages from the past. Even there's new bands doing it, but heartical roots reggae will never be spoiled by nobody. Not one person on earth. They could never do it in 1 billion years. Simple as that.
The roots are too strong.
Yeah.
Trust me. It's love.
Is this why live performances?
That's why in festivals people want that kind of thing, and it's not unique to us. It's people who are doing good things sometimes get good rewards. Not every time, but sometimes you work for a boss and you get promoted, and sometimes you get overlooked. It's life. You get my point.
But that's the essence of reggae, live performance and unity and everyone coming together to it. Yeah.
Otherwise, all this cheating and all these things going on, that's not reggae. Reggae was always based on live. It's either live band or live sound system. It was always based on live. It was never this thing you can just do in something on the moon in some little bunker somewhere that nobody knows where you are.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's not about obscurity. It's about letting yourself out. Is what I mean.
Openness, individuality, all of that.
Yeah, make it
Okay.
up as you go along.
I am all for that.
That's what it's like, that's what it was. Because you, Roy, and all these guys, you check the history of reggae. It was all about people making things. You used to have horn sections, remember, outside Channel 1 and them places there. Herman Marquis and them guys there. The good thing about I got to meet all of these guys. I used to have pictures of them on my wall as a kid, and I got to meet all of them, all the people who played with Bob Marley, Glenn DaCosta, all these people, you know what I mean? Playing music, and sometimes people don't look on the back of albums to see who is doing what. I used to look on the back of albums to find out who is doing what and go and find them. That was my thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I discovered Peter Tosh, because I discovered that even if he was famous, he used to play on people's albums and he used to do it for nothing. How about that? Sly and Robbie, that's what they used to do. Play on people's records for nothing. That's reggae music, that's love, that's what I want to talk about. You never used to hear them slagging off this, slagging off women, anti this, anti that. You never hear nothing about that. It was just reggae music, love, peace, unity. That's how it goes.
And that's what we're trying to bring back in reggae music.
Let other people solve the problems. Let
in our own way.
politicians take the problem.
How do you think people could go about that in terms of embracing other people's narrative?
Watch other people, see what they're doing, and just like it, and just share it. And do you know what I mean? I've got into this thing where if I watch like 30 seconds of someone's video, I just like it.
Yeah.
Because I've stayed for 30 seconds, so I might as well stay for the next 15 or 20.
Yeah.
So just share it, just like it, and send it to someone that might like it, and that's how it gets around. We, as a band, want people to share our stuff, so let's go and get involved with other people's
what's going
stuff.
on downstairs?
Yeah.
So
All based on reggae music. That's what it is. Same thing you're saying.
Yeah.
just go and have a look. We're invested in what we're doing. We got to invest in what other people are doing, and
We've got loads of singles coming out.
Just tell people, I like what you're doing. that'll just go, honestly, from out of nowhere for a performer or a recording artist or a singer or producer. Just goes a long way. If someone messages you and goes, I like what you're doing,
Yeah.
you'll be blown away by that.
Yeah.
Just want to keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just give it, fans come and listen to our music and listen to what we're doing and want to know what we're doing, and let's just give that back to other artists. And just give it back
Yeah,
to
man.
them.
Yeah, definitely. But also as well, the young people, they need to educate themselves. You know what I mean? There's a world out there, of information. Yeah, how to educate yourself, how to become a little bit more spiritual in this day and age. You know what I mean? And I believe that music is a platform, that is a conduit, to that side. And reggae music is that conduit, through education and spirituality. So the young people, man, if they educate themselves, you know what I mean, look what's on there. Don't be so easily bamboozled, by the politics and what they feed us and the propaganda that they feed us, you know what I mean? Because reggae music has always been a great ambassador for talking the truth, you know what I mean? Cutting through the circle with the straightest of lines, you know what I mean, Spider? You know what I mean?
It should be easy to love and hard to hate.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean?
It should be easy to love and hard to hate. That's what it is. We grew up in this music, going to festivals. I used to do stuff in London and all about. People used to show me pure love when I was playing reggae with new wave. I started playing all kind of punk mixed with reggae, and then reggae mixed with new wave. And people would say, "What's your influence?" And I would say, "Roots reggae, roots reggae." They'd go like, "Ragamuffin." I said, "No, don't get me wrong. I don't mind that kind of thing for Mike chanting, but roots reggae."
The message.
You see what I mean?
Message.
And it always came back to roots reggae. As simple as that. It's roots reggae always spread love. It's not.
It's about
I don't hear no roots reggae tune that tell me go and hate somebody or kill nobody.
No.
You see what I mean? Simple.
You've got some new music coming out. 6 singles, did you say?
There's 5 recorded so far, but there's a 6th one that we're gonna strangle someone to do, and then there's a 7th one called Come Correct, and if they don't do it, I'm going to Kilimanjaro! Kill them dead.
How do you want people to feel when they listen to it then?
Upful and wonderful. There's 3 words.
Yeah. Okay, I like
I
that.
was going to say whatever they like.
That's even better. Yeah.
Freedom.
Whatever they want.
Freedom. Love that. Okay, now run me through the dominoes because I keep looking at them and I'm wondering.
28 tiles. The first person to run out of their 7 tiles is the winner. Done.
What's the significance to KIOKO though?
It's
It's a way of us winding before we have a gig or we do a gig. We always have it's a ritual of ours to play some dominoes. You know what I mean? I think it kind of prepares us for the gig, and it's a part of fellowship as well. You know what I mean? So it's a way of you were saying on stage there's that vibe. This is part of where the vibe starts. You know what I mean? Playing some dominoes, mentally preparing ourselves for the gig and whatever, and just going out there and doing it.
All you have to do, if the child can do it, you can match up that with that. The only thing a child can't do is use the psychology, because their brain is not advanced.
There is a skill to it, there is a skill. Yeah.
See?
You hit that in a row.
So you have to know what to do with what. You see, if me not have none, I knock. So some people play pick up, some people play you knock, you go knock 3 times on the table if you want, ja. Twice on the path. See, I still don't have none, innit? Yeah, man. You see any?
Okay, we need a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, so in other words, if you have 4 players and they have 7 dominoes, they're 28 in a pack, those people would have to have your dominoes. So you pass, the person plays, and the person with less dominoes wins.
Totally follow.
But then we do what all the West Indian men and women do. We say, what the? You can't play them kind of domino. What kind of business that? Move up, man. Go and cook up the rice and peas. Move up. We probably kick your blood clot. You know what I mean? Anyway. Or you say, you're a nice gentleman. Can you play your next domino? You say, listen, stop that blood clot business, man. Stop your nice, man.
I kind of want to play dominoes now.
People, they vent their frustration on the dominoes, and there is no animosity. You know, not with us. I mean, some people are known to sometime in other places they get ferocious, but that's not us.
Yeah.
We're reggae music lovers, roots reggae music lovers, peace, love and harmony, man, every time.
Play for love. I like that. You know what? That could be our closing note. Yes. Thanks for the chat, KIOKO. There we go.